Hi, in this video I'm going to go through my favourite Sun Salutation variation and also break it down and explain why I think it's a really useful variation to put into your practice. So let's start with the traditional Sun Salutation A and see how that feels, and you can practice along with me for this video if you like. So we're going to inhale to reach up, exhale folding forward, inhale extending the spine, exhaling to plank and lowering down, inhaling to upward facing dog, exhaling over the toes, downward facing dog. Let's just take a couple of breaths in down dog. Inhaling to come back to the top of the mat, extending, exhale folding forward, inhaling reaching all the way up, exhaling hands down. Okay, let's look at my favourite variation of that. Inhaling arms up, exhale folding, inhale extend, exhaling back to plank. Taking an extra breath here, and it might be with knees down or knees up. Exhaling to lower all the way down to the mat slowly. Inhaling to your locust variation, legs up, arms up. Floating the hands off the mat. Exhaling, pushing back to down dog. And again, let's take a couple of breaths. Inhaling, stepping back to the top, extending the spine. Exhale, folding. Inhaling, coming up. And exhaling, hands down. Let's break that down a little bit. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, extending the spine. Exhaling, stepping back to flank. And dropping down to the knees for a moment. So in the more traditional Chaturanga, it can be super challenging to keep the trunk neutral without the lower back dipping down, or the shoulders leading and the elbows squeezing into the sides to help give some control. In the version I like to do, starting with the knees down at least a couple of times is a great option. You can really start to tune into what's happening in the shoulder girdle, pulling the shoulder blades down, protracting them by pushing the mat away, finding that stability in the shoulders, and then also having time to really tune into the pelvis. So we know that there's a tendency for the lower back to dip down as we lower, so a little bit of a squeeze in the base of the glutes and finding a bit of a posterior tilt, or kind of feeling like your hip bones lift up to your chest. And then from there, pulling hands and knees towards each other. See, that might give you a little bit of a shake as the whole trunk and core stability starts to engage. And then maintaining all of that, starting to keep pulling the hands to the knees, starting to bend the elbows. So lowering down with the legs, tummy and chest landing all at the same time. So there's a lot more control and strength practice happening in this one move for the shoulders, the core stability, everything coordinating. And then coming to lying down, rolling the legs in, squeezing the base of the glutes to anchor the pelvis down, pressing the pubic bone into the mat. With this locust variation, why I like it so much is when you lift your legs up, engaging the legs, the glutes, the hamstrings, that helps to pull the body back. And as the hands pull to the waist, shoulder blades pulling down, even rolling the shoulders back and hovering the hands, that really gets all the upper back muscles working, contracting, strengthening to extend the spine forwards, the sternum forwards. So you have the lower body pulling you back that way, the upper body driving this way, and then just less tendency to hinge in the lower back, really strengthening there. Exhaling to lower down. And then taking that little push from the floor back up as well into protraction of the shoulder blades. So with the upward facing dog, there's always that challenge to really work the upper back and shoulders and legs so that there isn't this kind of hinge point in the lower back happening. And with Locust, it's just so much easier to find the evenness through all the body, all the parts working together to lengthen out through the lower back and strengthening all the parts along the way. So I find it a really helpful, super strengthening position with all the good feeling of the open chest as well. And then we push back to down dog. Stepping back up to the top and finding length. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhaling, hands down. So let's do that one more time. Inhaling up. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling to plank, knees up or down. Pulling the shoulders down. Starting to pull the hands and the feet towards each other. Squeezing the glutes a bit. And then pushing that mat away, feeling protraction at the same time. As the hands pull to the feet, starting to bend the elbows, lowering slowly with control, with control, with control. Lying down. Setting the pelvis. Lifting the legs and the chest, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the hands up and hovering. An extra couple of breaths there. Lowering the hands, tuck toes, and push back up and to down dog. Inhaling forward and fold. Inhaling up and hands all the way down. Okay, let's go back and do a Sun Salutation A, the traditional style, and then do my favourite version and see the difference and see just how the different versions feel for you and which feels most useful or helpful that you can play around with again. Okay, inhaling to reach up, exhale, fold. Inhale, extend, exhale to plank and starting to lower down Chaturanga halfway. Inhaling, lifting up, exhaling over the toes. 2 breaths in down dog. Inhaling, extending forward, exhale, folding. Inhaling up, exhaling, hands down. Inhaling, lengthening, exhale, fold. Inhale, extend, exhale to plank. Pause to take an extra breath, knees up or down. Exhale, pulling down with control. Inhaling, lifting up. Taking an extra breath or two, feeling this sense of pulling out of the lower back. Full, even spinal extension. Exhale, pushing up, back to down dog. Might be with bent knees. Inhaling up. Exhale, folding.